Anxious-Avoidant Trap. It's a type of relationship between two insecure attachment styles, anxious and avoidant, and it is quite often that those people get together. Now the question is why. It is characterized by huge highs and lows. It's either great or it's very bad. So there is a certain amount of addiction to that type of hormonal releases in our brain. Anxiously avoid people would chase after their partners. They would try to connect, to get close, to prove themselves worthy of the relationship. Avoidant people would be emotionally distanced. They would try to withdraw themselves and not get invested when it comes to intimacy. And when an argument happens, the avoidant partner literally would be silenced, withdraw themselves even further, would view their partner in a negative way, and the anxious person would feel more and more insecure as the argument progresses. And if they feel threatened, they would resort into so-called protest behavior, meaning that they would then cut off the contact, right? They might end up in the breakup. What happens at that particular stage, once the threat of intimacy is gone for the avoidant person, they would then try to reconnect with the partner, and the anxious person would then feel guilty. They would start to remember actually there were a lot of good things in the relationship, so they would accept that and they would try to regain the feeling of intimacy. But the issue here is one of the main problems in this type of dynamic is that the partners have very different needs when it comes to intimacy. And it's always going to be the issue because avoidant person with avoidant attachment style, they want less intimacy than the person with anxious attachment style who wants more. And because that can't be compromised, hence why there is always a conflict. It is possible to build a working successful relationship, but both parties need to find a compromise. They both need to acknowledge their need for intimacy, and it might work, but it takes a lot of effort on both sides. It is easier for people with insecure attachment styles to find a secure partner who is just much more attuned and responsive to their needs and boundaries.